Hey guys, welcome back to another Battleborn video, and today I'll be covering Ghalt since I recently mastered Ghalt, which took me a while, but I wanted to do some character overviews of ones that, interest me the most, and I have recently mastered to help you guys, if you guys are having any problems. So, just about yesterday, I finally unlocked everything from Ghalt. I have the purple skin, and pretty much have all of his, of 100% gold, he's level 15 and everything. Which took me a while, but I'll get to why he's a hard character to get to 100%. It's not impossible, but it's really tedious. So, his passive. His passive is pretty much like money shot, like built-in money shot, but it doesn't do like the 880% damage. Uh, it does it to the last 4 shots. You just get additional damage, which you can modify in Helix later. And your main weapon is a shotgun, which is really powerful, just for the sole fact it's a shotgun. You can one-phase Isaac if you're lucky enough. He recently got a nerf, but he's not that bad. And Stalin is just pretty much, yeah, he is really decent at defense and big targets, so he's not good at burst damage. Pretty much, he's really good against bosses, I guess, and big targets. Stop spinning him now. The hook, that is really powerful in PvP because it can pull players in to you, and his synergizes really well with the scrap trap. You can just lay down the scrap trap and, you know, pull them into the hook, which is the good old, Galt method of cheesing enemies. And your ultimate is dual wield. You pull out a secondary shotgun and you're pretty much Gunzerk. He even says it, you Gunzerk. Scrap trap, I don't explain it too much. Scrap trap, I don't know, it's good, but at the same time, I don't know how to feel about it, just because sometimes, they'll walk over it, or, they can destroy it, so, it requires some sort of, strategy to use it well. I don't like it that much, honestly, but I kind of got used to it. Moving over to his Helix, I do have all of them unlocked, yeah, especially because I mastered him. The big draw. This is typically what I choose for my first point, just because stealth scrap is it's kind of useful in PvE, but at the same time you kind of want them to attack your scrap trap. So making it invisible it can kind of harm you, but I usually choose the big draw here. Uh, here, all three of them are pretty decent, but I usually go for shock trap just because it pretty much makes your scrap trap an area of effect thing. So it makes it like a Tesla pretty much, and I kind of like that. I kind of like area of effect stuff. A little something extra is your extra mutator, and this is pretty good if you're going for damage on your scrap trap, and we'll get to Ghalt's legendary here in a bit. I kind of choose this if I don't have any other options, but I feel like the scrapping or shock trap is usually better than that, just because the scrapping is pretty good if you're going to PvP because you can harm them more, but a little something extra is also pretty good if you have a lot of them and you just keep pulling them in. Now, this is an interesting one. I always go for slug rounds just because the range on your shotgun is actually really nice, because it pretty much makes it 100% accurate. It's pretty amazing. I always go for that instead of pellet party, which just adds more pellet and kinda makes it a little bit inaccurate. And you have hook shot, which damages enemies on impact. This is kind of useful in PvP, just because you can damage them while you're pulling them, just for, you know, so you can at least make sure that they're dead. And the hooks is also really good if you are trying to pull them in, and you know one of them miss, so you know they won't miss the two. I usually go for efficient extraction over all of them, just because that's it. It's because I get really bad ping, and usually I am looking for speed and range because I miss half the time. Hobbling shot. This is really good in PvP because your last 4 rounds are pretty much going to slow down the enemies because it boosts your tactical shells, which is your passive. And boom stickener. Did I say that right? Yeah, I think so. It just adds more damage to your tactical shells, which are your last 4 shots. I'd go for hobbling shot though. Slowdown is way more important. You have duct tape and baling wire and drain chain. I honestly don't think any of these are good. So I'd go for drain chain just because it will deplete their shield. Scrap trap health, yeah, sure. If you're going for a specific build of scrap trap, just you know, it's good as an option, but I'd go for drain chain just because it depletes their shield. And you know you can go for a hook specific build so you can make it really powerful, but both of them are good. Now I always pick speed loader here because reload speed is key, because the reload speed is really slow on your shotgun. You kind of need the reload speed. And both barrels blazing is kind of useless. It slows down your shotgun too much. I wouldn't go for it. Scrap stack, I haven't tested this one out, but judging from it, I think it's pretty good. I mean, you can have more traps. It's just, I don't know, I found that useless, honestly. I'd choose, well, actually, no, hold on, let me talk over them. Reduces scrap trap trigger delay by 1 second. That's useful if you're trying to pull players in. And sometimes, you know, if you're pulling monsters in. I'd choose quick and dirty here if I had the choice, just because cooldown is kind of important, just because you can lay them down more. Big trap's also it's also pretty good, just because it increases the radius effect, which you can kind of use with which is, where is it? You can use it with this, so you can make it a big shock trap. It usually works pretty well. And then here comes a hook, which decreases the cooldown time versus easy target. I'd go with cooldown here, just because frequent use is better. Now, all 3 of these boosts your ultimate. Gun and run, every hit on a major enemy, it pretty much suffer. Or no, they don't suffer. You just get more movement speed. And can't touch this is actually pretty good in most story missions, just because you're mostly stunned if you're trying to guns there, because you're trying, or you know, dual wield rather, because you're usually going really aggressive against them. But you also have the last option, which is incendiary shells, which just makes your shotgun like a fire shotgun while you're firing in them. Which I honestly would go for the middle one. Crowd control, resistance, or immunity is way better than any of these options. And this is the level 12 mutator, I think, so you get it pretty late. Alright, and there's Ghalt talking. And this is your level 15. What do you call these taunts? Yeah. This is your default one that you start with, and you have this one, which is part of his lore challenge. And you have this one, which I also like this one.
They call me Papa Shotgun.
Yeah, it just looks cool. And this is your default gold skin. Then you have the blue one, gold one, and have the pink one. I honestly, I've been using this one just because it looks the coolest. But since I have the master skin, which is this one, I just use this one just because black and purple is badass. I just like this. This is probably the only skin I use. I This one is also good. I think you unlock this. No, actually, there's another golden skin that you unlock for him. I think it's yellow or something like that. I don't have all of his skins just because you unlock them in packs. Let's up spam him now. And his lore challenges. This is the picture with Oscar, Mike, Galilea, Montana, and Benedict. It looks pretty cool. Now, the hard one is this one. This is the hardest one to get because you have to achieve first blood in 10 matches as Ghalt. This is really hard because once you step into a match, you only have one chance to do this. Only one. If you screw it up, then you're gonna have to either quit, which, by the way, makes you look like a jackass because you're pretty much leaving your friends. Or you could wait 30 minutes until the match ends. Now, I was lucky enough because I was playing with my friends, and I'm pretty much just running like an idiot just for the Miko in the team, just so I can attack them, just so I can get first blood. I just seem really aggressive. It's really hard. First blood just means you gotta achieve the first kill in the whole match. That's it. If you don't achieve the first kill, then you can't do this slow challenge. And I honestly say this is the hardest one because Toby, at least you have multiple chances because I feel like this between Toby and this one, this is the hardest because Toby requires you to, I think, get 10 double kills with your ultimate. But yeah, social engineering is not that bad. If you restart the story multiple times, you can achieve this pretty fast. It's kind of annoying though. General enemies are like thralls, and yeah, they're pretty much thralls. Ghalt's Call. This is kind of a reference to pulling 25 Battleborn, which is the default amount. You're pulling them in, and you're pretty much telling them, Solus last star and all that. This one's pretty easy. Just need to pull them in. This is usually the easiest one, just because this happens naturally. Nothing big with that. This is pretty easy. You just gotta have one of these in your match, and you have to play with them. You don't have to win a game, so you can just join a game with someone and just like put it on hardcore, and you can just kill yourself with it. It's not that bad. It's usually the cheese strat in achieving this. And stats. Now you can see mission played is 22 and mission complete are 10. That's because I failed missions on purpose so I could get one of my lore challenges done. I don't advise you doing that. It's a little bit cheap, but it's the way I've done it. It's just I wanted to get it done as fast as possible, so I didn't have the patience to play the whole game and then restart and then play the whole game and just end the game and then restart. I don't play a lot of PvP, but I had to kind of change that with Ghalt because of his lore challenge, which wasn't bad. And yeah, I think we'll go to his legendary, which is the UPR. I can't pronounce that word. I'm sorry. I won't even try. Synchronograph? I think that's how you say it. I probably butchered the hell out of that. Cooldown. It just gives you cooldown skill damage, which isn't really big numbers. But it is what it is. It's not bad. Cooldown skill damage is really good. Your red text ability is enemies hooked into the scrap trap take 50% more damage from the trap. Which is... I guess that's nice, but I really don't use scrap traps a lot. This is useless for me. I just have it there. I don't think I've activated it yet. I honestly was a little bit underwhelmed about this legendary. But again, I don't know what they could do with this legendary, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But yeah, that's Ghalt Overview. If you guys have any questions over him, maybe I did a bad job of overviewing him. Maybe I'm saying him too much, but I do that a lot. This is my first character guide I've ever done, and so I might have some mistakes, I might not, but I kind of want to practice these, honestly. I want to make Battleborn videos. I want to kind of expand my channel, so you'll see a lot of these coming. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.